Hello, YouTubers and all you glorious people who happen to watch. Oh, man. Alright, so this is a rant about a rant about a rant. Now, I was watching this video most recently, and this guy was, he's proving a point that, he didn't like these rehash launch titles. Shame on the big monster man that makes these products. How dare they recash it on this product? I can understand that hippie philosophy very well. Sometimes I stick to the common sense as well that, if I already own the game, I'm not going to buy it twice. That same goes towards Ys 3 that was remade on the PlayStation Portable. And I looked at that game and it was just like, yeah, it didn't look very good. They changed it. It was from side-scroller, which was really interesting for the series and kind of fun, to this linear thing that they did with all the other series. And the controls weren't that great. I didn't bother with it after that. So I just threw it to the side and stuck to my Sega Genesis / Super Nintendo version of that game. But that's just an example for this subject. Some people remake these games and digitally enhance them so if people who do not ever own the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo can play these games. And I don't expect a lot of young gen gamers to expect to pay this, because most of this is demographically pushed towards people who grab consoles, throw them to the side, and buy, for other consoles, like the future consoles. Most people as well, like the companies themselves, go, well, let's support today's generation of companies versus the old companies. Companies of old gen ain't going to be getting $150 for a rare cartridge versus now. So it doesn't matter once the game's already sold, right? So, again, this guy was talking about, examples, God of War collection for the PlayStation 3, how it was unmoral for it to be released. Now, he says he buys these games anyway, which I was just looking at that, and I was just like, well, if you buy them anyway, then why are you making a video complaining about it? Why don't you stop feeding the monster that you're trying to feed in the first place? The monster is supposedly biting your hand, I don't understand your pathway. It's a contradiction of a compulsive spender. Now, if you don't like this idea of Sony releasing this game for people who potentially might not even be able to access a PlayStation 2, but actually pull the testicle out of my mouth there, be able to afford these games, which are people who work and all that stuff, be able to afford games, stuff like this, and be able to take it home and play on their original new consoles. I don't see that being morally wrong if they never owned the game in the first place. Now, if they own the game anyway, the simple math would be, if this game supposedly is the same as the other two games were originally released, what's the point of playing a new HD game? Now, I can see the point he brought up with that, but then I look back with, okay, so now you're going to be buying these games anyway, but yet it's wrong. So why are you doing it anyway? You're giving into this indulgence, you're giving into this sin. Why are you still doing it? Now, looking through this entire video, it's pretty much like a reach around, a whole hoopa loopa loopa loopa, and a hoop the zoopa the zoopa the doopa. You see, that makes no sense, just like what I just said just now. Because it's simple math. Don't do what you say you're gonna do. Or, I'm sorry, do what you say you're gonna do, rather. I just totally mixed up my own words there. Saw what I just did there? Grade school was not kind to me. I wasn't paying attention. So, nonetheless, yeah, it's the common sense. Don't do what you say you were going to do intentionally. I just totally did it again, didn't I? Oh well, whatever. I'm not going to edit it out. And, yeah, it's this. Do what you say it's going to be done. There we go. There we go. There we go. And, yeah. I'm sick and tired of this crap as well. It's just people bitch and complain on camera about that crap. They say, you bitch and complain too. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. And they do that crap to you. They try to reverse it on you because the other ones look guilty, or the person, whoever looks guilty about it. It's like, dude, just accept the fact that you were called out on behalf of this situation. Or in the fact that you've pretty much been handled. Now, people say pwned or handled and all that. Usually people try to say, well, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that, because if you say that, it most likely means you got pwned yourself. Thank you, Nixon, for that kind segment of words. I'll categorize that underneath I don't give a crap. Hold on, I got an invisible file here. Alright, I'm going to put that there, a little note there. Put that right in that sleeve. I'm going to pat it down. There we go. But nonetheless, I don't like letting people know I give a crap about generally anything involved around drama and all that crap either. You're just causing drama. No, I'm causing a statement fact. If you don't like something, don't do it or don't contribute towards it, because you're just going to feed that troll even more. You're going to feed that freaking monster even more. It's just, most gaming companies do this on purpose because you know you're going to buy it anyway. So why are you bringing in an obvious fact when you could just not contribute to it, realize that these companies are not going to make much of a killing off of it if enough people do it, and they won't feed any more of this crap on the store shelves. And you can still hold your wholesome copy of God of War 1 and 2, separate DVD cases of course, because they were published differently. And then you can pretty much skip merrily down the street with my upside down copy of God of War. This is pretty much logical sense. Don't contribute to what should not be. If you believe it's not supposed to be, don't contribute to it. Ignore it. Act like it doesn't exist. It works better that way. So, this is Dan Van Dam of Worth Your Universe HD saying goodbye to everybody, and everyone took offensive procedures towards this video. Please take effect that this is just my opinion and not yours. Or if you do agree with this video, good on you. If you don't agree with it, good on you. And as for myself, I'm going to put this back on my shelf and I'm going to walk and skip merrily down the street like a flaming homosexual